Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Breakfast Show. Friendly reminder: today the markets in the United States, if they do open, because futures were halted because there is apparently an issue at a data center somewhere in the US. Markets will be open up until 1 p.m. Eastern. So basically a short day, half a day, so we can all go outside, touch some grass, breathe some fresh air, and enjoy our free time. Yesterday, I'm sure we were all sitting on our couches, turning our thumbs and like, okay, what do we do with our lives now that the stock market is not open? Well, now it will open in less than an hour, so at least we'll get our little adrenaline rush for the day. For those interested, there's also Formula One happening later today. We have sprint qualifying. It's going to be a very, very interesting weekend. If Norris does win the race, he's going to be world champion. If he doesn't, then let's see where he lands. Hopefully well below Max. But anyways, first of all, good morning and welcome back, everyone. How was your Thanksgiving dinner, time with your family? What did you do on Thursday? Are you planning on, is anyone actually buying things on Black Friday online or not? Which, by the way, there is a very cool website from Shopify. It's basically their Black Friday Cyber Monday website. You can look at the basically everything on here. You can look at the globe, the sales, the computer, and you can even play pinball. You know, the old pinball game we had on Windows XP. I don't know when they removed the game actually, but this is basically the Black Friday World Shop Live. So sales per minute, orders per minute, and unique shoppers. Pretty cool website, all in all. Right now, pre-market, I think we're very green. But let me make sure that this is an updated one and not. Yeah, okay, it seems like it. Right now. We do have our list here. The only two names that are, well, no, now only one name that is red is Marvel on that list right here, although that doesn't make much sense because we do have Oracle here. So I guess, oh no, the Oracle is on this list. Okay, so let's do one by one. Restructuring. Okay? Restons calmes. So, fintech. Fintech names. We have Dave, that's up 4.7%. Maybe there is some news. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Sezzle 1.9, Pagaya 1.9, and then all the rest here are up less than 1% pre-market. SoFi, Hood, Block, Webull, DLocal, even PayPal, American Express, MasterCard. Chime is flat. Let's call Visa flat here as well. As for the so-called neo clouds, White Fiber is up 2.7, Nebius up another 2%, Hut 8 also close to 2, CoreWeave 1.8, Iron 1.8, Cypher 1.6 right now. Do you know a nice MP3 player with no screen that I could buy for my kids? Older MP3 players with no screen. I mean, even the oldest one that I had like a very, very small screen just so you can see the artist and the name of the song, but I'm guessing like not touch screen you're asking. So a Zune type of I guess maybe still an iPod, like an old iPod Nano or something like that. I think you can find something like this. How do you get? Yeah, I mean everything's on streaming these days, unless you want to download music from YouTube and like transfer that to your MP3 player. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Chips. We have here Marvell that's down 2%, ASML 0.4, Nvidia flattish. Same with Broadcom, Qualcomm. Then the one that's up the most again is here Micron 2.7. We have Intel up 1.6, AMD almost 1%, Applied Material 0.6, Lam Research 0.5, TSM 0.4, CLAC 0.3. As for the big tech, we do have Oracle that's down 2.7%. Netflix is flat. Meta up 1. Meta and Apple 0.3 up. Tesla 0.5. Amazon 0.6. Google up 1.4. iPod Shuffle had no screen. Exactly, it had nothing. Basically, just a play button. Just a play button. What is a Yoto? Sansa clip, cheap and very strong. Huh. Yeah, actually, if you go on Temu or something like that, you might find one. They might say that they have a screen, but maybe the screen is just a picture of a screen. Could be that. Could be that. I do want to look at Oracle, because Oracle is that one company, that big company, right, that is yet to report their quarterly figures. Of course, they're experiencing now a pretty big drawdown, especially in the last 3 months, right? In the last 3 months, this thing is down 37% year to date. We've seen, well, it's up year to date still, but yeah, from the peak, it's down 37.6%. Of course, all of this available to you on fiscal.ai. There still is 30% off on all plans if you want to try it out. There is a link in the description, and it runs until Monday night. And they also did this pricing overview. They gave it a little refresh, which is now much better than before. Much better than before. So Oracle, of course, the big question with Oracle, right, is about how are they going to finance all of these data center build-outs, all of these projects. That's going to be the big question. And then let's actually have a look at what the analysts are expecting this company to report. So analysts are expecting 16.1 or 16, let's call it $16.1 billion in revenue for the upcoming quarter, EPS of around $1.64, free cash flow, well, no free cash flow, an outflow of $5.3 billion. So again, this is a company with, yes, a lot of debt, a lot of plans, yet it does not have the free cash flow to support all of it. And that's the question right now that the market is asking. EBIT is still going to be $6.8 billion. But when you look here at, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the balance sheet. Where is it? So we have short-term debt, long-term debt is already at $82.3 billion right now for the last 12 months. So let's put this and this. So if we look at short-term and long-term debt for Oracle, it sits at $91.3 billion. It has been at those levels or around those levels for the last 12 months here. So it has been there for the last couple of years, actually. Couple of years. The short-term debt did increase starting already in 24, did drop in 25, now increased a little bit more over the last 12 months. Can we see it over the last 12 months for everything? Yeah, so previously it peaked in 2022, then it did drop to still a very high number, 84.5 billion, and then since then it did grow. Of course, it's normal. I mean, it's normal. When you look at what this company wants to do, it doesn't have the free cash flow, it will have to raise debt. I don't know how and how fast they'll do all of it, but if we go and look at what revenue is expected to do over the next couple of years, they're expected to go from now $59 billion in revenue to $97.5 billion in the next 2 fiscal years. So they're already in fiscal 26, I believe. So fiscal 27, 28. In 28, they should be at $97.5 billion in revenue for Oracle. If we look at free cash flow is expected to turn a positive in fiscal 27, $6 billion, then $14.6 billion in fiscal 28. Still far away from where they need to be to, of course, finance all of their projects. Now, as you know, last quarter, the reason why the stock went up significantly was, of course, because of this right here, the RPO. Right, they told us that RPO reached $455 billion, huge increase, of course, year over year, and a $317 billion sequential increase for Q4. Now, remember, RPO is not a contract. Okay? RPO is not a contract, despite it saying here remaining performance obligations. With this RPO right here, things can change. The numbers can go down. They can definitely go up. Oracle themselves believe that the number is going to go up significantly. Now, of course, if they do go through all of it, probably going to be $500 billion, maybe probably more, probably even more. Then I don't see where the problem is. It's just that to reach those numbers, they will still need to invest quite a lot, build, raise some probably debt as well. But yeah, that was the big number. That's the only reason why the stock went up significantly, right? Whoop, like this thing. And then it dropped completely because for a couple of days, the market were like, you know what? Okay, wow, incredible, we believe it. And then they said, nah, just kidding, we don't. And it went all the way back down. We're basically down 8.7% from before the earnings report for Oracle. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Oracle when they report. They should be reporting, it says here, this is an approximate date, says here Monday, 15th of December. Right now, it did try to go back above the 200-day moving average, got a little rejection there for now. So we'll see. I still think we're going to see a big move, not just for Oracle, but for every other player in that ecosystem. Then we don't really have that much news for this morning because it's a quiet week, quiet last day of the week as well. So don't expect an insane amount of volume today. I don't expect to see much, to be honest. We did have, I'm pretty sure that if you follow the dude on X, or maybe if you are on X, you've seen this before. So this is Michael Burry's account on X. Of course, you know, he launched a newsletter, which is probably going to generate him close to $1 million or so, which is a good thing because it's not like he's been making that much money with stocks. So anyways, he says something very interesting here. And people were running with this already yesterday. So he said this. I own and like Lululemon Molina 4. Okay? Lululemon, beaten down stock. Molina, I think he had a position before it crashed. And Shift 4 is mentioned here. Now, the problem I have with this is two things. One, this last sentence right here, these are all 3 to 5 year holds minimum. That's a lie. And two, he says here, I own and like Lulu, Molina, and Shift 4. From what we've seen, he only owns Lululemon and Molina. He used to own Shift 4. Now, maybe he bought Shift 4 of the last couple of weeks. That's possible. But if we go and look at the last time we've seen the 13F, which now he's not required to file these things anymore, we can see that he bought Molina Healthcare again before it crashed. We can see that he did buy more Lululemon, a position he bought in Q2, but there is no Shift 4 here. Okay, pure shares, there is no Shift 4. There was a Shift 4, but he sold in Q4 2024. Sold out completely, actually, 100%. And so to say that these are all 3 to 5 year minimum holds, to me, it's BS. Because as you can clearly see, the guy buys quite a lot of stocks and then sells them all a quarter later. Buys, sells them all a quarter later. I mean, 3 to 5 year, I don't even think he's going to own them for 3 to 4 or 5 quarters, to be honest. So just wanted to clear that. I don't know if he owns Shift 4. He used to own it. Apparently, it wasn't good enough to keep that stock for quite a while. But as of last quarter, he did not own a single share of Shift 4. So that was Broken Clock Capital. Now, let's have a look at the comments here. Let's see. Oh yeah, well, some other thing that's pretty cool. So with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of that, we will be getting some information from Adobe Analytics, Salesforce, Shopify, Amazon, and of course also PayPal. Right? This is something that we've got last year, and so I went on Google. Yes, people still use Google. I went on Google and I wrote PayPal Black Friday 2024 numbers. Of course, AI overview here with the useful information. But look at this. Look who pops up here on the right. Me, my video on YouTube. As you see, when you are so bullish on Google and you talk about Google so much, this is how they pay you back. This is not SEO, this is GEO, generative engine optimization. Voila, I'm here. A video that's almost a year old gets here at the top of the search. Thought that was interesting and cool to see. Cool to see. You a pants bull? Let's see if we can look at some questions here in the chat. Micron, my opinion on Micron. Is the market already counted in the, what does that mean? Is the market already, you mean the price? But yeah, when you look at this chart right here, it looks quite crazy. But year to date, stock is up 163%. Beautiful. Beautiful. And with all of that, trailing PE 30.3 times, forward one still very low because it's still expected to grow quite rapidly over the next couple of years. I still own it, although a bit smaller of a position than before, but still doing quite well. These are the expectations. So revenue is still expected to grow quite quickly, but then it's starting to plateau here at around $57.5 billion. As for cash flow, I'll answer your question in a bit, but just want to show you. As for cash flow, we are expected to go from basically $1.6 billion in fiscal 25 to 8 billion in fiscal 26, then 10.9 billion in fiscal 27, and 13.6 billion dollars in fiscal 28. I still think this company has a way to go. Now, of course, there will probably come a time where maybe it will reach a peak in growth rates. But right now, I think, and again, Micron doesn't care if you sell GPUs or TPUs, right? Both of them will need memory. Now, of course, not everyone is using Micron, but most of the big guys are. It's Micron, it's SK Hynix, Micron, and Samsung. Now, what will happen after the next earnings report? Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm going into that report knowing that the report is going to be quite good. Is everything already priced to perfection? I mean, we have seen a small pullback, not much, although it did go back up 15% or so. Right, we went back to $201, and then we went back up 14% or so. So we're still experiencing a small pullback, but not by much. Not by much. Am I going to buy here? The answer is no. The answer is no. Good morning, White Amit. Well, good morning. Good morning. Shark Ninja vacuum robot that uses AI. Shark Ninja has a what? Shark Ninja has a vacuum robot. I didn't know that. What's my bull case on PayPal? That it goes back to all-time highs by 2030. So $300 by 2030. Why? Because it's priced for zero growth, but it is growing. It's becoming more profitable. Growth is going to accelerate, and so and they are buying back a ton of shares. So I've made enough videos, I think, on PayPal for you to enjoy. Shark Ninja. We did speak about that company, I think, closer to the start of the year. Very interesting company. Not sponsored, but I have my Shark Ninja shaker. Good products. Very good products, actually. Foreign exchange, Amit. Good one. Good one. Am I interested in any consumer stocks? That's a good question. For now, not really. No. Maybe in the future, but not for now. Although you could say that Amazon might be one, but no, not really. Yeah, I mean, since there was that PayPal and Liverpool announcement, well, it's not like Liverpool were doing quite well beforehand, but yeah. Losing 1-4 against PSV in the Champions League is not a good look, I'll tell you that much. Not a good look, but good enough for me. Good enough for me. DLocal or PayPal? I think I've been asked this question before. Again, I own both. Yeah, maybe Melly is also consumer. I own both. I like both. PayPal is just super undervalued, and DLocal is also undervalued. But the market cap is much smaller. So from a very big multi-bagger potential, I guess DLocal. But again, I expect PayPal to be at 300 in 5 years. So that's also quite good. The consumer is dead. Well, I guess we'll really see the numbers next week when we get the Black Friday, Cyber Monday results from a lot of the companies. Plus, Walmart reported, what was it, a week or so ago? Numbers were quite good. The numbers were quite good. Yeah, Mercado Libre, of course, I own as well. So yeah, but I think the question was more about maybe Nike or Lululemon type of thing, or maybe Shark Ninja as well. Maybe Shark Ninja is one of those names. Arsenal is the best this season. Well, we do have a very big game this weekend. Chelsea versus Arsenal, number 1 versus number 2. It's going to be a very interesting game. A very interesting game. My weekend can be a great weekend if Verstappen wins and Chelsea wins, or it can be a complete horrible, horrible weekend. But if it's a horrible weekend for sports, should be a good weekend should be a good week for stocks. That's usually how it goes for me. For those that are unaware, I don't make the rules, but that's usually what happens. Usually. Now some people will put some voodoo on my teams. AI trade will be so back in 26. I think in 26 we might be actually maybe in 26 you might have a trade of small caps finally, because that's essentially what has been happening right now. Is that, well, previously the only reason we are still at all-time highs or close to all-time highs and not much lower is because the big boys pulled the whole market up, right? But many of these small players have been beaten down way more than just the 5-10% or so from all-time highs. Now, again, taking here the data from Subu Trade on X, if the S&P closes up today, it would have rallied every single day during Thanksgiving week. Now, each of the past 8 cases saw the S&P fall the next Monday. So, make up your mind. Do we want to end the week green and have a red Monday, or red today for maybe potential green Monday? I'll take green today for a maybe green Monday. But yeah, we've talked about this, right? The bread trust, the either Zweig bread trust or the Whaley one. And it's not a given. We still have to go up a little bit more on Friday. And if it gets triggered, then of course the probabilities of us having a very good, let's say, start of 26 or even the whole of 26, they are quite high. They're quite high. But yeah, I've said previously that with 26 it can go both ways. It's either one, we have 2 rate cuts, maybe 3 rate cuts or so, because you can get inflation under control. EPS for most of the companies continues to go up as expected. Unemployment is still below 5%. Good case scenario. And GDP growth, of course, is much better than fears. On the other side, it's maybe not getting inflation under control. You're cutting rates because you have no choice. GDP growth is still good because of the big players, but unemployment keeps on going up faster than expected. That's, in my opinion, the two scenarios here. Watch us have a record shopping season again. Yeah, I mean, I've seen yesterday a report that said that I think Salesforce reported that something about agentic shopping that is already picking up, which is a good thing for PayPal. Interesting. Apparently, an Intel executive's home was raided in Taiwan. So there was this story last week that came out. So Taiwanese home of Intel engineer Wei Jianluo was raided by authorities in the country amid concerns he may have transferred national security-related technology from his prior employer. Intel recently hired him as vice president of research and development. Well, interesting. Interesting turns of event, I would say. I'm trying to find that article. I do wonder how big agentic commerce will already be in 2025. Maybe PayPal can share some information with regards to that. That would be something. Fed quantitative easing. The Fed is quantitative tightening is ending next week, but we're not going straight away into QE. But we might. But for now, it's just QT that's ending, which is already a good thing. But we're not sure. But we're not sure if we're going straight into QE anytime soon. Thoughts on Rocket Lab? I like it. I love it, actually. I still own it. And we are going to go up and up and up. No, it's not who wants Intel technology. It's a ex-TSM guy that works at Intel that might have taken TSM stuff with him. Allegedly, of course. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some names. Is Intel not a buy? So I used to have Intel shares, as you know. Then I switched to options, leaps, which worked out very well. And then I sold those, and I said, now I have time to see what happens. And as you can see, it's been now 2 months where things have been flat. I'm still okay with that. No, Amit, but I'll settle for couch. Good enough. I guess I've had worse. Options. Let's see. BMNR is green for now. I know someone asked about BMNR before. If I still have it, I do not. I took my small loss and I put it into CoreWeave just because I wanted to have a little bit more of CoreWeave. Do I plan on adding to BMNR? The answer right now is no. I want to focus on other companies I own, companies with profits and revenue, and maybe not necessarily pure profits as of now, but potential future ones, non-crypto related. But I do still own Iron. They have a Bitcoin mining business still. And Iron is probably going to try to make its way again towards $50 today. Let's see. DuoLingo is rebounding a little bit. Novo Nordisk have seen a nice rebound from the low here in the 40s, that's for sure. What about Adobe? Well, I did talk about Adobe yesterday. Shared also an interview there. What about Adobe? Still here, still at around $318 bucks. Meta. Do I think Meta can hit 800 by the next day, by the next earnings report? I don't know. What is it? It's a 25% increase over $1 trillion+ company. It's a big way. It's a big way up. It's a long way up. Sorry. It's possible, but it's a very short time frame, right? You're giving it 2 months basically. I don't know if you have call options with 800 or something, but 2 months, especially late December, is not that much volume. Then the start of the year can be shaky. You never know. But I do think that it will be at 800 by the end of 26, because it is cheap today. MongoDB's CEO just retired. Okay. Google did it? Yeah, okay, but Google was very, very much hated. Completely hated. Google is special. I want to buy in the money leaps on Meta, but they're so expensive. They are very expensive. I saw that Matt bought or sold in the money $700 January 2027 puts. Like the premium is very high, but then again, you have to block a significant, like $70,000 basically. I don't know if it's worth it. You're getting a 17% return, but you are blocking quite a significant amount of money. I don't know if it's worth it, but maybe for some that's good enough. You can use that premium to do something else. What is this? Interesting. My view on high tide, I have no view on high tide. No view on that at all. What is Oscar doing today? Oscar still at 18. Still at 18. One heck of a rebound here from the $12.7. Crazy rebound. United Health still $330. Rubrik had a fun commercial. Hopefully I won't get, I don't think it's copyrighted. Let's see. Rubrik, where is it? Here it is. It's a good.
Our AI agents were doing some pretty weird things.
Did you order all these paper clips?
Ordered.
Stop that.
Ordered.
No.
Ordered.
Deny.
Ordered. Delete ordered. So, we got Rubrik. They have an expert at rewinding things back. Refund. Refund.
Take that and rewind it back.
Okay, now I think if I would have played this for the whole 40 seconds, I would definitely be copies. Have a strike here. Basically, they hired Luda for this rewind it back commercial. Because right now, with everyone shopping, etc., you might be clicking on things that you should not, or maybe someone has hacked into your account, basically knows your login and your password. Here you can rewind it back, like Luda has said. Is there any significant news today? No. Well, other than the, I wonder if the futures are still frozen, halted. Let's see. But other than that, no, there's no news today. The 10-year is just below 4% right now. European markets are green. Pre-markets are green as well. There was like a CME halt issue. But other than that, no big news. Again, it's a very short day today, so I don't expect anything crazy to happen. But you never know. But so far, nothing. Carnival cruises. I mean, the cruise lines I know these were very popular in the start of the pandemic, just to trade as meme stocks. But not Carnival, the other one. Royal Caribbean, RCL. This one has performed extremely well. I mean, if you go all the way back here to the bottom for it, 2022, July 2022, it's up 743%. Cruise lines, no AI related business here. Now, as for Carnival, last time I checked, they said booking wise and all of it, still good, still going well. I know that cruise people are very different to the other travelers out there, because those that love cruises really, really love cruises. But it seems like they're doing well. They're doing well. Of course, yes, they still all have quite a lot of debt, but it is getting taken care of. Bearish because you have I guess you don't like Ludacris here. We don't like Ludacris in that in the chat. When is the tariff ruling? That's a good question. Let's see. Soon. Okay, soon is not a date, but that's what I have. Soon. That's it. That's not very helpful though. Where are the mods? Sleeping. Probably sleeping. Neil, did you watch Adobe presentation? They are killing with AI. I was there. I didn't have to watch it. I was there. Lisa, good morning. Good morning. People were asking where the mods are at. I said they're sleeping, but you are here. You are here. Futures are trading, however, VIX is not available. Okay, the VIX has taken a hit, like a big hit. Yeah, very big hit. So we peaked here Thursday at, wow. Okay, but wait, does this make any sense? This is, no, this does not make much sense. Oh, no, it does. It does. It does. So we peaked, and now the VIX is down 38% from the recent peak, which was a week ago. Completely forgot where Friday for a second there. I don't know why. But yeah. Neil, wet paper hands on BMNR. I mean, I said it from the start. It's 169 shares. It wasn't really such a big deal. And it's not like I said this is the opportunity of a lifetime or anything like it. Just other stocks with better, I think, better opportunities for me. So not married to BMNR nor Tom Lee or any of it. So thank you, goodbye. And we move on. No, I don't own Adobe. I don't own Adobe, just like I don't own Salesforce, and I don't own the Trade Desk, and I don't own BMNR and any other stocks out there. I cannot own everything. I cannot own everything. I just like to cover a lot of companies. I think the Trade Desk deserves a little revisit here at $40 or so. I think the Trade Desk deserves a little revisit. The Trade Desk, I think Netflix is also attractive. $106 previous resistance here back in February. I don't hate Tom Lee. When did I say that I hate Tom Lee? I said I'm not married to him. Netflix is, yeah. I might have to cover these companies again. Doesn't mean I will buy them. Just means I will cover them. Yeah, it's cheap. I mean, Netflix is cheap. The Trade Desk is cheap for reasons that the market thinks are valid. QNC, thank you very much for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that very much. And those that have received the membership, enjoy. Now it will be much easier for me to answer your comments and to differentiate yourself from the bots that YouTube does not want to take care of. But thank you, QNC. Really appreciate it. No, I did not say I hate Tom Lee. You can go and rewatch that. Why would I say I hate Tom Lee? You guys. Crypto, let's see. Bitcoin is pumping, you say? Where are we at? Ooh, okay. 92.3. It's up 1.1, and so ETH is okay, back above 3,000. Back above 3,000. Not bad. Not bad. As a YouTube bot, I take offense to that comment. I mean, trust me, it sucks, and I know it. And I release a video, and like I see 50 comments. I'm like, okay, let's see who asks good questions. And then it's like bots after bots after bots, and the bots are getting very, very good at those comments, because you start reading the comment and you're like, wow, a real person. But then you see it has like 50 sub comments of people talking about my teacher, Nicole, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, what the heck is going on here? It sucks because I cannot answer to people like this. I wasted already hours and hours just to delete them I have a full list of words that get comments blocked or unposted or whatever, but every week they come out with the same thing with just a different number or a different letter. And yeah, unfortunately, YouTube does not do much. Unfortunately, YouTube does not do much. So here we are. But thankfully, QNC did, and it does it again. Does it again. QNC here with the 5 gifted, making sure that everyone will get their comments, read and maybe see some replies as well. So appreciate that, QNC. Really, really appreciate that. It's Black Friday. It's Black Friday. He's in a giving mood. But no, jokes aside, I mean, yesterday I know was Thanksgiving. As you know, I'm very thankful that I am in this position to be able to do what I'm doing right now. Would not have been possible without most of you, even the bots. So yeah, I really appreciate it. And yeah, we will try to continue to make lots of money so we can enjoy more time with our family and friends. Because eventually, I mean, essentially, that's the goal, right? That's the goal. Maybe some want to buy a fancy car, fancy watches. That's also fine. You do whatever you want. But yeah, we're doing this probably also to retire earlier, maybe to retire our parents, maybe to pay off mortgage or whatnot, but to live a, let's say, more relaxed life. I would say when you're financially settled, I think you are going to be feeling some relief. Although I know money is not everything. There is that very good song. I forgot how it's called. It's wait, maybe I have it. Uno momento, por favor. Uno momento. It's on my playlist. If I can find it. From Chris Jansen, Buy Me a Boat. It's a very good song. Start by saying, I ain't rich, but I damn sure wanna be. It's a good song. I suggest you go listen to it. Buy Me a Boat. Chris Jansen. Voila. Okay, we are continuing here. With the gifted train. This time from Jake Jones. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the gifted 10 gifted. Lots of people are going to be getting a lot of replies from me in the comments. Lots of replies from me in the comments, which is good. Makes my life easier. And thank you, of course, for the gifted, for sure. I see you and your cohorts more than my family. Well, to be honest, I do see the chat more than some of my family as well. It's that's the thing. Like, I have people that I don't see for a long time, and they're like, "Yeah, I watch you almost every day." I'm like, "Okay, I haven't seen you in 3 years." But it is what it is, huh? It is what it is. It's a good place to be, I guess, for me. But I mean, I'm not going to do this until I'm 70, that's for sure. But yeah. Yeah, it's a good song, good country song. And again, thank you very much, QNC and Jake, for the gifted. I am Belgian, yes, not French. I am Belgian. Let's see. We only live once. Indeed, we only live once, but we invest every day. Aha. It's as if you have infiltrated my computer. There is a Nebius video coming out. I speak French. Je parle français, so tu peux écrire en français si tu veux. There is a Nebius video coming out later today talking about why I still think this is a company that will completely crush the market, despite it being up significantly year to date. There are some assumptions that, of course, have been made, and there are some risks that you have to take into consideration as well, for sure. For sure. And Jake, thank you for becoming a legendary investor as well. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I'm not retired, no. Not retired yet. I'm kidding. Not even close to being retired. Plus, I mean, imagine I'm 31. I'm 31, still don't have a family of my own. So, I mean, yes, you could say it would be very easy for me to retire maybe in a year or two if everything goes well. But then again, what's the point, right? Well, I'll be alone, I'll have money, okay, fine. But being alone is not great, right? The feeling of being alone is not the greatest thing. Like you and your money, like what's the point? What's the point? Having family and friends is, I think, worth a lot. Or sharing your wealth with your family and friends is also definitely worth quite a lot. When do I retire? I don't know. I in my mind, I said maybe 40s, like in the 40s. But then again, I don't know what will happen in the next 10 years or so. And who knows? Who knows? I mean, retire from YouTube or retire from working? Because as you know, I've said it in the past as well. I wouldn't mind working in the garden. To me, this is like a very good stress relief. Or become a diving instructor. I love diving. Might be a good thing. Thank you for this super chat. Appreciate that. I don't know if you wanted to attach a message to it or a question, but if so, we just write a normal comment and we'll find that. Do I have another job other than this? Fortunately for me, no, this is good enough. Fortunately for me, this is good enough. But maybe next year I will have something else that might take a lot of my time, and maybe some things might have to change. But for now, this is it. For now, this is it. Again, I'm very, very thankful that I'm in this position. I never thought this would actually be a job replacement. But yeah, this is it for now. Do I have diving watches? I do not. I mean, you mean real diving watches, like the computer, or a diver watch, like a submariner type of thing? No, I still don't have 100 dives though, but I wouldn't mind like going somewhere for a month or two, Thailand or maybe Bali or whatever, and go dive there for 2 months, because it is very, very, very fun. It's fun. It's relaxing. The sea, the ocean is a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Wristwatches? No, I do not. I do not. I just have one Rolex in mind that I said that I wanted to buy one day when I reach a big milestone. But for now, I have my grandfather's IWC watch, and that's the only thing I have right now, which is more than enough. More than enough. Diving is scary? Not really. Yeah, Curacao is maybe a good place as well. It's not that scary. It's not that scary. Unless you cannot swim, then yeah, maybe. But it's people panic when they are underwater because they don't know how to breathe. But if you calm down, you breathe slowly, there's no reason to panic unless you are going to dive in shark-infested waters. Then yes, but then again, that's why do you do it? Like, why go unless you want to see sharks? Then okay, fine. Night diving was a nice experience. I did a night dive in Belize a couple of years ago. It gets cold towards the end. Sometimes it also gets a little bit scary, but you do see some crazy things there. Crazy. Do I plan on selling Google? No, I do not. I won't be buying now, but I don't plan on selling it. QNC, you're going to Thailand in February for 3 weeks to dive. Lucky. My first dives were in Thailand, in Koh Tao. What did I do before? Well, full-time investor, full-time YouTuber. I don't know. I mean, everyone here is a full-time or part-time investor. What did I do? I worked in tech, property technology, or ad tech companies. Not that crazy things. Not that crazy. Again, I'm 31, so what type of career do I didn't have like a 50-year-long corporate career or something. And again, if the pandemic never happened, I would not be here. That's for sure. If the pandemic did not happen, I would not be here. I would probably be working for a big company, 9-to-5 job, and that's it. I would be investing, but I would not be here talking to 1,210 people on a daily basis. But yeah, we are all going to open the market in about 2 minutes. And it seems like the majority of the names are green. So let me get ready here real quick. No, here, voila. BMN, wait, what? No, I was like, well, it's up now 10%, but no, that was for Wednesday. And by the way, again, if you are a college student, you might be eligible to get Gemini Pro for a year free. So you might want to check it out. Every stream I have to talk about Google until Sundar comes on. No COVID, I wouldn't be here either. Exactly. Exactly. And hello, June. How are you? And honestly, I would rather not have a pandemic. I would be willing to give it away if we don't have this stupid pandemic lockdown COVID thing going on. All right. Are the markets going to open, or are they going to keep it closed? Voila. Now it's open. Ladies and gentlemen, the markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. Bing, bing, bong, bing, bong. The markets are open for the Amit refugees. Yes, I don't have a cowbell to ding, so I do it with my voice. Deal with it. This is the OG way to do it. Although I do wonder that if like 200 years ago, 300 years ago, they also did it like that. But anyways, the markets are open. It's only open for the next couple of hours. 1 p.m. Eastern, markets will be closed because you deserve a longer weekend. So right now, what we're seeing here is BMNR up 5%, Shift 4.3. I guess this is the Michael Burry effect in reverse, because he tweeted out that he likes and owns certain names, although I'm still not convinced that he does own Shift 4. Iron is up 3.3, AST 2%, Micron 2.5, Intel 2.2, Sezzle is up 2.8, back above $60. I know some of you do own Sezzle, so it's back above $60. I did see here something pass by. Uno momento. QNC. Thank you very much for a super chat, supporting your dive plans as an AOWD diver. Well, thank you. I do want to, maybe someone asked what my next vacation plans are going to be. Honestly, to me, Japan is always an option, but now it's winter time, so maybe not the greatest time to go back to Japan. But if it's not that, then it's definitely a place where I can dive for sure. So thank you very much. And well, up until you go dive in Thailand, I think we will see each other in the chat again. All right. Moving on here. Fintech names. Dave is up 3.7. Sezzle 3. Pagaya 1.6. Block 1.4. SoFi 0.9. PayPal 0.8. DLocal 0.7. MasterCard, American Express, and Visa up until up point. Okay, Visa is flat, but the other 2.4, let's say. Hood and Bull are flat, and Chime is down. NeoClouds, we have White Fiber up 4.5%, Nebius 2%, Hut 8 3.3%, CoreWeave 1%, Iron almost 6%, back above $51, and a Cypher 4.7%. As for the chips, Marvell down 3.2%, NVIDIA almost 1%, Applied Material 0.5%, Qualcomm 0.4%, ASML 0.1%. Intel is up 2.3%, so I guess allegedly maybe getting some crucial materials from TSM is a good thing. Up 2.3%, Micron 2.2%, Broadcom is, wow, at 400. Wait, what? When did that happen? When did Broadcom? Wow. Broadcom is above $400. Crazy. Okay. I mean, congrats. Well, where was? Yeah, this thing. Wow. Broadcom was at $140 back in April. It's up 180% since. Insane. No, I was in Cozumel a couple of years ago, but unfortunately, like the first night, I went to the hospital, and it ruined. I was supposed to dive there, but well, obviously I couldn't. I don't know. I ate something bad, like my worst luck ever. But yeah, I mean, Broadcom crazy back at $400. That's insane. Big tech companies. All right. Oracle back under $200. Tesla still 432, up 1.3%. Netflix 0.6, Apple 0.1, basically flat. Also, and Apple is closing in on Nvidia. Amazon 0.6, Meta 0.4, and Google still up 2%. Still up 2% right now. How much weight some people put on Burry's words is insane. I know, and I think that he was surprised himself, and that's why he started the newsletter, and that's how he's probably going to make millions of dollars from the newsletter. Amit is partying. No, I think he said he's with his family for Thanksgiving. So yesterday, today, and probably the whole weekend as well, or maybe his sister's birthday. One of the two, I can't remember. Thoughts on Netflix? I do think it's a very good company at a good price right now. I do think so. I think I'll cover it. With some other names. Okay. Any names? Okay. DuoLingo is flat. HIMS is. I didn't even notice that HIMS went down so low. Okay. Rocket Lab is back here at $41, $42 or so. Rubrik still 68.4. This one will report next Thursday, so keep an eye out on that one. PayPal is having another, I wouldn't say rare green day, but it's green for now, up 0.5%. Was up a little bit more than that. Would love to have another. Voila. Just had to ask. I do want to have another green candle to close out this week. I think that would be, it's not that much to ask for. To this whole PayPal ride. So, thoughts on Zeta? It should be on this list, I think. Yes, it is here. Thoughts on Zeta? Same thoughts as when I first covered this back here, $12, $11 or so. It's a good company. Was very undervalued before. Now it's not expensive either. Last week we did see a big jump because they raised their guidance. They also acquired another company. It's a company that's doing exactly what it should be doing. I don't know why people had expectations that this thing should be up already 5x or something, but I mean, again, this is a name that's up since June, 46%. And at one point it was up 77%. So it's a good name. It's a good company. Good company that's been executing quite well. Can we look at new? We definitely can look. I didn't even put this here. Shame. New all-time highs today again was at 17.4, 17.3 right now. I mean, people were frustrated because new traded at $15 every single time here. I said the same thing again and again. And I'd say the same thing today. Don't forget that just because this is trading at $17, that doesn't mean that this is a small company. This is already a company worth, I think now, what, $80 billion or so? Yeah, it's an $80 billion company, very profitable and growing quite quickly. I will say it again. I don't own it. I do own Mercado Libre. I like Nu very much, like the management, like the business. So why don't you own it? Again, I cannot own every name out there. I'm not an index. Nu is performing very well, the business. And the stock, yes, the stock. It's true that a year ago we were also at $16, but in April we were at $9. If you took advantage of the dips right here, or when the stock was around $10, you are probably performing very well. But this is, in my opinion, also one of those companies that will be $100 billion company in the future. No doubt about that. C Limited is also a very good company. And by the way, before I talk about C Limited, quick comment here on Grab. Same thing here. I think I covered Grab last year, over a year ago or something. The stock hasn't moved that much. Yes, it went lower, it went higher. We're at $5.04. People think that this is a company that will 10x like that, super quick. But did you know, most of you probably do because you own it. Did you know that just because you're paying $5.40 for a stock does not mean that this is a company that's worth $1 billion or two? It's a $21 billion company already. Yes, I made a video again a year ago where I said, could this become a $100 billion company in the future? My answer was clearly yes. It's not a question of if, but just a question of when. The business is doing what it should be doing. It's growing on all fronts. It is, in my opinion, still going to acquire Goto. I think it's just a matter of time. But just because it's trading at a very low or like a cheap share, here like $5.40, does not mean that this is a penny stock. No, this is a company worth $21 billion already. Just takes time. As for C Limited, okay, big pullback for C, I see. Why do I do this to myself? It's down almost 32% from the recent highs in September. And it's not like the business is not performing well. It's performing very well, actually. This one has been outperforming the market since the lows. Of course, previously this was, yes, a fast growing company, but losing money like crazy. Then, of course, coming out of the pandemic, deceleration, etc. And then they completely flipped the switch, the script here as well. Growing, but in a profitable way. And that's exactly what has happened, which is why the stock went from around here, peaked at $200. That's 453% returns. Now it's still up 275% from the bottom here, 2023. And by the way, 2023 was already a very good year for the market, but not for C Limited. Not for C Limited. Feels like we're going to have a red day. Yeah, when I went into the stream, I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it today. Like too many things are going our way. But as we've seen before, if we do have a green day today, there is a very, very high chance that we're going to get a red day on Monday. But then again, I'll take the green day already today, and then we'll see what happens. Then we'll see what happens next week. Pagaya is up nicely today. Yeah, 2.5% back at 24.7. So very nice. I own shares. I don't own my money-losing options anymore. PayPal is up 1%. The local is still in the $13 here, 1.4, up 1.4%. Okay, the chips. I do still think you're going to get a bigger move after Oracle reports. We've had like, NVIDIA is the make or break. NVIDIA reported an insane report. Market clearly did not really care that much. But yeah, I think we're going to see bigger moves after Oracle reports mid-December or so. How do you think selling Pfizer and buying Amazon is a good idea? Well, most people that do own Pfizer own it because of the dividends. I don't think they own it because of the huge growth ahead or something. So, and Amazon doesn't do dividends. Hopefully they won't do any dividends anytime soon. So it's a completely different investment, Amazon or Pfizer. I love Amazon, don't own Pfizer. DLocal or Shift4 at these prices? I mean, you're asking the tough questions here since I own both. I own both. I know some people like Shift4 more than DLocal. The others like DLocal more than Shift4. I was like, you know what? I like both companies. So in this case, I own both of those. I bought Meta at closer to 100, closer to 600. So I bought Meta last week and I think 2 weeks ago as well. And Meta is a huge position for me. Like in the retirement portfolio, it's number one. And in the public portfolio it's growing. It's growing. But yeah, at these levels, I don't see why I should buy. But it's still cheap for those that want to have a position in it. It is still cheap. Are neoclouds basically dead? No, doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Some neoclouds are better than others. That, yes. Let's see. Gold. Someone said gold is... let's see. This one? I think so. Ooh, whoa. Gold at 4,200. Ooh. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably still DLocal. Probably still DLocal. Amazon, Google at current prices. Amazon over Google at current prices. Yeah. Yes, I would agree. Google has pumped 20% on just sentiment. So it's not just sentiment, it's sentiment and the fact that they are kicking ass with Gemini 3, with Google Cloud. And yes, sentiment was absolute garbage here, which is why we bought a lot. And now it's much better. No, I don't have like a special retirement account. I call it a retirement account just because it's an account. It's positions where these positions were there for a long time, and it's an account where I barely touch it. So it's in a bank, so the fees are higher if I buy and sell. So I don't touch that. The other one is on a little bit on Revolut, a little bit on eToro. Lets me buy and move things cheaper, I would say. I could trade a little bit if I wanted, although I don't really do it. But the other one is it's Meta, Amazon, Mercado Libre, Google, and Tesla. That's it. That's the that's the portfolio. And this is one where I have the money there, and I'm not touching it. Not touching it. Do I have more conviction in DuoLingo or Adobe? Well, I do own some DuoLingo, unfortunately. Too much for my liking, like I said before, but this is what it is. Bad timing, still a good company. Bad timing, still a good company. It's with DuoLingo, it's the bear thesis for DuoLingo is basically people not wanting to learn either math, language, music, now chess. And I think they can do way more in the future. It's basically laziness. People spending time on shorts, reels, TikTok, Netflix. But then again, it's the same argument that you can use for Netflix and for everybody else. Everybody's competing for the same thing, which is your time. Of course, it's much easier to convince someone to just sit on the couch and watch a YouTube video or a Netflix movie than to maybe use like a couple of brain cells to do like a 5-10 minutes of DuoLingo a day. On the other side, the data currently suggests that DuoLingo is very successful, right? Daily active users, monthly active users, and daily active users were what? 50 million, monthly 130 million or so. Paid subscribers are going up. So they're definitely doing something right. The question is, how big can they become? And I know some people, a lot of people will say, yeah, but I don't know anyone that has learned a language on DuoLingo. Okay, fine. Let's say that I agree with that comment. Now let me flip the whole thing around. Think about DuoLingo as a gaming app, but a gaming app where you can learn something. So think about DuoLingo as, let's say, what do we have here? Clash of Clans. Okay, I made a joke the other day. I like Clash of Clans. The last time I was on the app was 3 years ago. I logged back in and my town hall is still upgrading. But think of it as a Clash of Clans app. You go on the app, and in DuoLingo's case, on a daily basis, because yes, it is a sort of a game, but a game where you learn something. You learn a new language, or you want to keep remembering that language that you learned. You might be doing some math problems on it because there is math on the app. Music, although I don't think that music is that popular. Chess has become extremely popular. So maybe you're going on the app to play chess. So think of the DuoLingo app now as a, yes, language app, but more of a gamified app that could be compared to something like a Clash of Clans. It's not apples to apples because with Clash of Clans, I know you can buy gems and golds and whatnot to upgrade your walls and blah, blah, blah. I know. But so far, DuoLingo is doing what it should be doing. Right now, they are going again into a sort of investment cycle where they'll focus more on getting users in the app than instead of monetizing everything, which again is why the stock has taken another hit last quarter. If I want to game, no, again, it's not, you don't go on DuoLingo to game, but you can think of it as a game. It has been gamified. The learning experience has been gamified. Maybe that's a better way to say it. Plus, right now, again, it is a cheap stock for what it is delivering or expected to deliver. Let me show you. So we're now having a huge drawdown, 65% from the peak. $8.7 billion company, PE 23.4 times, forward one a little bit more than that because they do expect to take a hit. But margins, very, very high margins for this business, still expected to grow revenue. If you look at the revenue growth, again, this is on fiscal.ai, link is in the description to get 30% off your Black Friday shopping. This is the growth rate. 36% for fiscal 25 revenue, then 26 and 23% for the upcoming 2 fiscal years. So still expected to grow above 20% for the next 2 fiscal years. Currently, those are the expectations, of course. Expectations can change. As for free cash flow is expected to grow faster than that. Okay? Free cash flow for this year, free cash flow for this year is expected to grow 45.2%, and then 30% in the upcoming 2 fiscal year, 30% year-over-year growth. People don't want to admit it, but not that many companies are expected to grow that fast and have this margin profile. I get it. The risks here are real. If suddenly, yes, monthly active users start to drop, if daily active users start to drop, if paid subscribers start to drop, then yes, then the bear case is very real here and happening. But so far, it is not. So far, it is not. I don't think. Wait. I don't think Couch understand that the counter arguments, there are better learning tools available, so a lot of competition. I do understand that, but that was the case for many, many years. No, I think you can agree that that was the case for many, many years. And yet, monthly active users have grown at a compound annual growth rate of 32% over the past 5-6 years. Daily active users have grown at a compound annual growth rate of 48.4%. You're going to tell me that in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, there was no competition for DuoLingo? There was. It's just that DuoLingo does something better than the others. Otherwise, you would not see this. And then when we talk about monetization, same thing here. Paid subscribers, 55.7% compounded annual growth rate for the last 6 years. So clearly they are doing something right. Clearly they're doing something right. I know there is Bubble. I know there is what do we have here? Yeah, Rosetta Stone is another one. There is just teachers, right? Because people just talk about apps, but there are just teachers as well that you can hire or whatever, or you can go to the country that you want to learn the language from, stay there for a couple of months and learn the language. Yes, it is possible, but I guess having an app on your phone is maybe easier. And I go back to my other point. Even if you want to disregard the learning new language thing, think of it as a game, as an app, a game that people just go on it every day to do a lesson or two, or play chess, right? You don't have to go to chess.com. You go on DuoLingo. There is that social aspect to it. I think that's also a big thing. Yes, I know you can go on Gemini Pro, you can go on ChatGPT, you can start coding and make your own language learning app. Yes, it's possible, but most of the people will not do it because they don't want to do it. Also, you don't have the social aspect to this whole thing. You don't have the rankings. You don't have your streak. How stupid it may be, a streak, it is one of the very big reasons, if not the biggest reason, why monthly active users are so high. Because a lot of people do want to keep their streaks alive. It's the same with Snapchat for those that still use that app. So yeah. It's not even my number one holding, and I'm like making the case to save everybody from it. Good comments. Good comments. I actually am on a 101-day streak. I am on a 101-day streak. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. So 101 day in a row, I've been on the app. Do I learn? And I don't even learn a new language. I just do, some Spanish and just like math thing, just to make sure that I still know how to do 1 + 1. I have not tried chess yet. I've not tried chess yet. Duolingo big jump is a fad. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out in the next couple of quarters or maybe years. Yeah, I mean the same for me. The same for me. It's ad revenue, and I think it's also good enough for them. I mean, for now, ad revenue. Sometimes I do have the Duo Plus when they give it for free, but yeah, I'm not going to pay for it. I repeat the same lessons not to lose my streak. Spanish, vanish, Spanish. Although although I do have to admit that I do have another app on my phone to learn a language that's not available on Duolingo, and that app is called Drops. Although that one, my streak is at 0 because last time I was on it was a long time ago, a very long time ago. Try to learn Persian for some reason. I don't know. It sounds good, but it's not available on Duolingo. Okay, let's see. Okay, Nvidia doesn't get much love. Neither does CoreWeave. They usually go hand in hand these days. So I assume, yeah, Rocket Lab, Oracle 2.2%. Fintech names. Okay, Sezzle up nicely right now. Would be interesting to see how big Sezzle has become in this year's in this year's Black Friday. I saw Simon's comment here. They should gamify losing money on PayPal stock. Yeah, my streak there. No, actually, no, losing money, I don't lose. Well, the options, yes. On the options, yes. Like Farsi? Yes. Yeah, Persian. Merci. So some words are quite interesting. Like daughter is dochtar, which is very similar to like Dutch. It's a very cool language, I have to say. Very cool language. But that's on Drops, not on Duolingo. Besalamati. This is also a good one. I don't know how many people can speak Farsi here in the chat, but you can write if you want. You can write if you want. Any specific names that you want me to see that are not on the list that have maybe taken a hit? Let me know in the chat. I do see that Nebius has basically become flat. Same with Iron and CoreWeave as well. If I owned Broadcom, would I take profits or sell? Like, would I take profits right now? It is a very good company. That's definitely going in the right direction because yes, there is definitely, I think, a lot more demand now, maybe for ASICs and all of it. Norwegian? No, I don't know Norwegian. Although I am rewatching Hell on Wheels and the guy there, the Swede. I'm Norwegian. Broadcom, look, it's a great company. I understand people that want to take profits here and put into maybe into cheaper names, I would say. GitLab, let's have a look at GitLab. They are reporting soon. Yeah, next Tuesday, GitLab is reporting. There has been some positive analyst commentary around the name. Maybe they know something, or maybe they're trying to pull the rug, but I don't think there is a rug to pull here. Peter here is saying that he's learning Spanish on Duolingo as well. Couch investor. Well, good to hear. Good to hear. And I read this in Spanish. So what is the expectations? 20 cents EPS, $239 million in revenue. I mean, this one has been hit. Last quarter, we've had, I think, a double beat. Yeah, a double beat. 2 quarters ago, also a double beat. I would be surprised if they don't beat. Although I do think that there might have been. Let me check. I don't know. Do they give retention rates or not per quarter? Let's see. They do. They do. So yeah, I think this was one of the, maybe not the main reason, but this is something that I flagged, or thanks to fiscal.ai, I flagged. So we were at 130% net retention rate in January 24. And now that keeps dropping. It's still at 121, which is still very good. But you don't want to see that number continue to go down, down, down. Crocs. I love Crocs. I have 2 pairs. One silly pair and one normal pair. Crocs here at $86. This is a very cheap company with surprisingly high margins. Well, for that company, that sort of company. If we look here at Crocs, 17.6% free cash flow margin. I don't think many of us would have predicted that. Operating margin, 23.1%. Might be a fad, might not be a fad. This is a company that's been around for a long time. Will it disappear anytime soon? I don't think so. They're doing quite well, especially with a lot of partnerships and collaborations and all of that. So they're doing well. Jay, thank you for the super chat. I am very grateful that you are spending time with me on a daily basis. That's more than my friends and even my family. Honest company. No, I'm not. If Jessica Alba was still there, maybe, but she's not. I don't think no, she's not. I know Jeremy likes the company. He likes this one. He likes the Cheesecake Factory. Like I said previously, the cheesecake isn't even that good. Actually, it's not good, period. There's nothing interesting with the Honest company, if I'm being honest. Nothing interesting about it. It might be a good company. I'm just not interested in it at all. People wonder about Salesforce. Salesforce also reports next week. Okay, so we do have some interesting names next week, for sure. Interesting names next week. I think sentiment changes for Salesforce. I know I said we have to wait until Agent 4 starts showing. I don't own it. Until Agent 4 starts really showing its strength, but I do think that they said it's only going to happen at the end or something like that of fiscal 27, their fiscal, or I think fiscal 27. So, but I do think that they'll report good earnings next week. So that happens Wednesday. We have, I think, what do you say, GitLab on Tuesday, Rubrik on Thursday. I will cover them during the live stream or maybe in another video, for sure. What did I want to say? United Health, where is it? It's flat, and Oscar is down now. So Oscar is still here at $18 for Oscar. Crocs also owns Hey Dude, yeah, but Hey Dude has been struggling even with Sydney Sweeney, which is saying something. PayPal or Adobe? PayPal. PayPal for sure. No, I'm not adding any new company in the portfolio. So whether it's Adobe, Salesforce, Netflix, whatever, there's not. I don't have the money nor the space in the portfolio to add a completely new position. GPUs are down. GPUs are down a little bit, 1.4. I mean, I assume you mean I assume you mean Netflix. I assume you mean Netflix. Netflix, Nvidia, Netflix. Je sais plus ce que je dis. MRAM. What is that? Everspin Technologies. I can assume that this is like maybe a $100 million company or something like that. I am spot on. $177.6 million company. Let's see. It's so small. It's not profitable, but free cash flow is positive, but it's not even expected to grow that quickly. I assume this is the name. Space is cold. Yeah, but you have a suit on. If you don't have a suit on, then it doesn't really matter if it's cold or not, because you won't even feel it. I don't know. Such a small company, not really growing double digits. They manufacture cell Whoa, what the heck is this name? Yeah, okay, MRAM. There are some better names out there, more exciting. At least if it's small, then at least it should be growing faster than this. Value investing is like fishing. You never know when you're about to pull. Pull out or... Ugh, I'm sorry, guys. Stupid jokes for Friday. This felt like a sentence that Forrest Gump would say. Value investing is like fishing. You never know when you're about to pull. Okay. No, I'm not French. I should have like a t-shirt. Not French, but I speak French because I'm from Belgium. Although not everyone speaks French. Celestica. I've seen this name pop up so many times during the last couple of months. I think we did cover it in a live stream. I think when Jose was still here. Let's see, Celestica. What did they do again? It's the Canadian company. Supply chain solution. Wow. Whoop. Okay. $54 billion. Okay, you see, this is a... no, I don't speak German. Although I do understand, I think, when most Germans speak. Sorry. Wow. You see, this is a $54 billion Canadian dollars company. Margins might not be the best one. It's profitable, but it is still expected to grow fast. Huh. Okay. Let's see. And growth is not slowing down. Okay, who said Celestica here? Where is he? Well, unfortunately, I cannot read this, but green profile picture, I guess you win here. You win. What is this? What is this? Greek? No. Wait, let's see. Let's see if I can translate. Yeah, it is maybe Greek. Theophanis. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, it is Greek. Cover Dollarama. Okay. Dollarama. There are no companies called Dollarama. Let's see. It's like the dollar store in Canada. Also $55 billion. And Canada has some interesting companies for sure. Margins are quite impressive. Okay, margins are quite impressive. It's not the cheapest stock, definitely not for a dollar store, I guess. And expected to grow, let's say, low double digits. Low double digits. Mm. Yeah. I know it's Greek. It's Greek. I said it's Greek. I said his name, but I think he disappeared. SMHN. For some reason I know this name. Wait, SMHN. Which one? Like Vanek? No, that's SMH. SMH and what, the German company or the Swiss one? No, that's not. I guess it's the German company. This suspicious microtech. Yeah, I know Kraken Robotics. I did talk about it like at the start of this year or late last year, because again because I saw the link that was made with Andril and that company. Still very, very small. Still very, very small. And again, if the partnership was so big, I think the financials would have looked much, much better for Kraken, meaning they would have grown much more. Couch, I look Greek. Yeah, that's what a Greek person told me as well in Greece a couple of months ago. But then again, people say I look Portuguese as well, like Bruno Fernandes, and then I sound Italian or Spanish or whatever. I guess if you want to hire me as a undercover agent, I guess I'll be a good one. Maybe I am, and this is a front. You'll never know. So, Suspicious Micro, SUS, is develops, manufactures, and markets machines for the production of microelectronics. Okay, lots of words here. Photomask equipment, lithography, bonder, micro optics, and others. I look Japanese. Okay, you see, this one I haven't. The Japanese one I have not heard before. Arigato gozaimasu. I like to go to Japan. I have to say this. Let's see what we're getting here. So, revenue growth peaked December quarter 2024. I guess something happened there. And then it's expected to go down. Okay, what about cash flows? I should have loaded up. Yes, I mean, I also talked about Ondas at I think 80 cents, maybe $1 or something. I think it's at $8 right now. Should have loaded up, indeed. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I did do a DGEN move with Open Door, and that was like the fastest 10x that I ever experienced in my life. So I guess I'll take that. Okay, Celestica was better. Cherry blossoms, but yeah, cherry blossoms. Yeah, we have to go in April for that. March, April. The last time I went was November. Literally when they opened the country. Like I booked my tickets before they opened the country. After the pandemic, it was a good time actually. Not that many tourists because the country was closed before. Wasn't cold, wasn't hot. It was just before the World Cup. I was there when Japan beat Germany. I was in a bar full of Japanese and like me and my friend, two of the only white guys there. It was like super fun. Let's see what Ondas is doing these days. Yeah, it's at $8. Yeah, I mean, this one could have also been like an 8-bagger if I did buy a little bit of shares, but again, I cannot buy everything. Cannot buy everything. Missed open caught GameStop on the second run. 5x in 2 days. Yeah, fun times. Fun and crazy times. The crazy thing with with GameStop is that I bought GameStop before the pandemic, like way before the pandemic. And I sold also before the pandemic after like a 2-3x or so. Because again, going back, everything goes back to Japan because I was in Japan and for some reason I looked at my little portfolio back then and I was like, wow, I'm already up almost 3x on that GameStop thing. And I was like, okay, paid for the trip and I sold. Little did I know that if I would have kept it, it would have paid for way more than a trip. But little did I know that some guy called Roaring Kitties would be a market manipulator. Not really a manipulator, but pumped all of this thing. Deck opinion. Okay, you see deck. Deckers, same with On Holdings, is in my opinion, or was in my opinion, still better move than a Nike. I don't know if it's like an unpopular opinion or not, but if you look at Deckers, right, the company that owns Hoka, for example, $12 billion in market cap, margins very good for this business, not expensive, and it's growing. I would say, yeah, it's still growing. It's growing, definitely growing faster than Nike. So if you are looking at getting exposure to footwear, apparel, and things like that, why only look at Nike when you can look at a Deckers? Or I think the best option, I've always said this, it's more expensive, right? You are paying a premium for this, but it's also growing much faster. You're not getting a dividend. Okay, fine. You're not getting a dividend. But if you are, again, interested, because whoever buys Nike because you are interested in footwear, apparel, and the other things, right? You're interested in the turnaround story. But then you should be definitely interested in a company that does the same thing and grows much faster. But yeah, Nike is Nike, I guess. But yeah, Decks, yeah, Deckers On. I think there are, especially Deck is beaten down like crazy, and they've been performing. Let's see, last quarter. Last quarter only grew 9%. Hoka was up 10%. UGG was up 11%. And UGG is a popular brand. Margins are still crazy. The only thing that you don't want to see happen with Deckers is the same thing as Lululemon, right? Lululemon has also high gross margins and all of that. It went up, it grew fast, and then it completely got crushed. Although I don't mind yoga pants. Not for me, though. Not for me. Allbirds, Allbirds, they went public at the perfect time for them to go public, but I don't think it's worthy. Intel today is up. What? Today is up 5.5%. Very nice. Very nice. I do think it's going to float around these prices for a while until we have like a very big, another big announcement. But yes, currently I have no options nor shares of Intel right now. None of these companies compare to Nike. They don't have to compare to Nike on scale, right? You're buying a company based on profitability, margins, and growth rates. These companies are clearly growing faster than Nike. Clearly, and are more profitable. Right now, because Nike has had issues, but that's turning around. I'm not talking about market size, like market cap size of these companies. I'm just saying you buy Nike because you like what they're doing, so you should love what the others are doing because they're not, especially they don't have negative sales. They are growing fast. Of course, they're growing fast because they're also smaller, but who cares? You're paying that price because they are growing faster. And Federer is an investor in the company, and I did cover a long time ago. I did contact the company to try and get the guy on. Fortunately, they did not agree. But in that video, it was before they started sponsoring tennis athletes. Maybe it was a given that this was about to happen, but I said, look, this can become a small Air Jordan type of brand. Federer has the pull. That's what they're doing in tennis. Ben Shelton, Swiatek, I think a couple of others. And they're growing. They are for sure growing. And Nike might sign. Yeah, I've heard that that he can wear whatever sneaker, like whatever shoe he wants right now because he's not sponsored by anyone. Am I still holding Oscar? Of course I'm still holding Oscar. Of course. Sometimes it just takes a government bailout. Well, I don't think it was a government bailout with Intel because the government is making money from it. It's a government investment. It's a government investment. It's also an NVIDIA investment right now. And yes, and Adidas is also growing faster than Nike. Plus, I do think that Adidas jerseys for football, the real football, are much better than Nike ones. And I say this as a Chelsea fan who was sponsored by Nike. I don't know, the kits have not been that great, although they have improved a little bit, but could be Adidas is a bit better, especially for international jerseys. I think Adidas does a good job. BMNR is up 10%. Again, I think it being above 3,000 definitely helps. Yes, it does. That's up 2.3% right now. Shift 4 up 6.5. You guys know why. Applied Digital up 7.5%. Okay, so Applied Digital is up, CoreWeave is down. It's also an interesting thing here. But maybe CoreWeave might follow Applied Digital afterwards because they do. I mean, they have a big contract with them. Am I buying Oscar at this level? Where is it? 18? Tempting, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm not buying today anything, but I wouldn't mind. You're going to say, oh, but you could have bought a couple of days ago for cheaper. Correct. But like I said, I wasn't buying anything. I wasn't buying previously when it was at $18 because of the small uncertainty, let's say. Now it seems, again, even if it's not confirmed yet, the market still pushed this stock up 40% or so, right? The 2-year extension. Not even sure it's going to happen. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm still accumulating more shares of Oscar. Whether it's going to be today, tomorrow, or next week or next month, we'll see. Circle. Look at a couple of extra names, and then I'll take a hike. Maybe I'll go run a little bit. Circle is back at $80, up 10% today. Circle has really completely crushed. Poof, 73%. Adios, senor. Okay, so quick fintech names. Pagaya is up 5.2%. Sezzle 4.3%. Dave is up 4%. I told you guys I would check on Dave. Dave is not a guy. Dave is a stock, for those that don't know. to see if we actually have some news on that, or maybe it's just the market. It seems to be just the market. Markets are very green. Unless you're NVIDIA, then you're not. But are we out of the woods yet? I don't know. I don't like to celebrate too early. Dave is up 4, Chime is up 3.7, DLocal also 3.6, SoFi almost 2%, PayPal 1.6. Touching wood here. We have to do it. So yeah, maybe we might end the week green. Nebius and Corif are red. Iron is, okay, let's call it red flat. HUT is up 5.5, White Fiber 8.5, Cypher 7.7, chip names, NVIDIA down, Applied Material, Lam also down a little bit, Intel is up 6, all the rest are up 1% or a bit over 0%. Big Tech, Oracle 1.8, Google negative 0.6, down. Apple is also down a little bit, and Tesla is flat greenish. Amazon, Netflix, and Meta up just over 1% at the momento. Seems like a good low volume day right now. Again, markets are going to close 1 p.m. Eastern. So again, this is great to see. Greens, great to see. Probably most of our portfolios are yeah. I mean, I'm running inside anyways, but yeah, might run a little bit outside. I'm running on a treadmill, but I don't mind running in the rain or when it's cold. Just put on something warm. So yeah, all in all, pretty good day after Thanksgiving. But like we've seen at the start of the stream, if we do end green today, there's a 100% chance that we are red. But the probabilities of being red on Monday is 100%. Could we be that new percent that flips it all around? It could be. It could be. Dead cat bounce. Well, it's been a couple of days of dead cat bouncing. Huh? Poor cats. How many cats do have to die to keep the bounce alive? So yeah, this is it. Happy Black Friday. Don't go waste all your money on things you might not need. But as I said before, on Black Friday, you can find a lot of things that you do need that don't expire, that you do use every single day or maybe every single week, that is now 20%, 50% off or something like that. Things for the house, toothpaste, I don't know, shampoo, shower gel, whatever, things to clean the floor. These things don't expire. So take advantage of that. You are saving money. You're spending money, but you're saving money. Like Jensen says, the more you spend, the more you'll save. That's my little knowledge tip here for you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Great. Have fun this weekend as well. So it's a longer weekend than expected, I guess. And we shall see each other in the next one. Do expect a Nebius video later today. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for the super chat, for the gifted memberships. I guess a lot of you can now comment as much as you want and you'll get a response because it's going to be much easier to answer. So yeah, and Fiscal AI, exactly the Dark Gojo. Thank you. Fiscal AI is having a 30% off promotion sale up until Monday. Link is in the description.